I tell you about her. She's an extremely talented actress. Beautiful. Miss Angie Dickenson.
Yeah.
Animals. Little decorum, please.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, does that, in New York, for example, some of the women complain. I guess it happens out here. They walk down where they're constructing the new buildings, and the construction workers, I guess, whistle and yell and so forth, and some of the feminists get very aggravated at that. And yet I would guess, I can't speak for all women, but I would guess a whistle or somebody is a compliment, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's wonderful.
As long as they don't become,
safe
enraged.
There. Yeah, there's one thing that I always wonder, though. I like to wave back, but what if they're not whistling at me? And I've been caught that way. I turn around and I see this thing following me, and I know why they're whistling.
And, but you can tell. You can tell.
Usually. If you look good, they're whistling at you. I had a terrible thing happen to me today. Ed walked in when I was at the beauty shop.
That's
getting
awful.
ready for tonight.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. I went to visit.
Oh, sure.
The famous. No.
Sure.
There's a.
Sure, the old hair touched up a little bit,
for the record. My driver and I last night were driving home. We were talking. He said, I would give Angie a 12.5. I said, I'd give her a 14. Now, let me tell you, I happened to go in today to see this gentleman and meet him because he's become a celebrity in his own right. He's the super snipper. He does Farrah Fawcett and
I know
Cher.
a rabbi who has that same.
That's right. That's why I said it, because I knew you'd have that joke.
Rabbi Goldfarb, yes.
Right. Super snipper. Anyway, I walk in, and in the chair where my wife is going to go is this one, and what she's trying to do is hide her face because she's in rollers. Now, let me tell you, this girl in rollers, any one of us that has blood in our veins would take her in a second. You look awfully good in rollers, let me tell you.
Methinks thou dost protest too much about being in a beauty parlor.
I just told the story, that's all.
Simple.
But she was hiding,
He did get the salon worked up. They were thrilled to see you.
Well,
but I was so embarrassed, so I got that out of my system.
Does that bother you because you had rollers in your hair?
Yes, I think it's the worst way a woman can be
I've seen you with
caught.
rollers in your hair.
What was that?
Yeah.
You've never been to a beauty parlor. When was that?
Wait a minute.
When?
One night in your dressing room, I came a little early. And
Why did you do that? You never go visit the guests before the show. Why were you late coming out tonight?
For the same reason I will be late next week, I'll be looking for a new announcer. That's why. Now, the reason I dropped in, I usually knock on and say hello, and I went early and she had it, and you did the same thing. Yeah.
You betcha, but you didn't tell them what else I had on.
Okay. Really.
You don't mind being caught anyway, except with rollers. That's at least, I think, most... Right?
I feel the same way.
No, they don't fit well. I look horrible.
Feel the same way.
Anyway, okay.
What's the difference? If somebody says you're sexy or somebody says you're sensual, what's the difference?
I don't know the...
Sensual sounds much more of a character.
Sounds
Sexy has more...
lasting.
Well, I think we're all for that. But I think sexy probably has to do with more of an exterior, and sensual has to do with the personality combined with the looks. Would that be a fair description?
That's a very good description. Yes, I think sexy is usually more...
Cheesecakey.
Yes, spunky kind of. As you say, outward. I'm all for either.
Yeah.
Or both.
Who to you as a woman has a sensuality when you see other pretty ladies? Sophia Loren?
Julie Christie, I always think, is very sensuous.
Yeah, she does have a quality about her.
Sophia Loren? Oh, yes.
Yeah. Kind of an earthy quality.
Suzanne Summers is sexy.
Yeah, more sexy than... I'm just
we
not a
don't
put
know
down.
if she's sensuous, but she comes off sexy.
Ellen Hamill is sensual. Maybe don't know Ellen. There's the Alpha Beta commercials, and I find Ellen extremely sensual. Talking about those Wednesday sales,
Well, you could do the same about about men, it's hard to define.
Yeah.
But suddenly to think of them, I'll go home tonight and think of 100 women that I think are sensuous.
How about men? Now, without getting you in trouble,
Yeah.
I mean, but you've worked with most of the leading men in Hollywood, or a lot of the actors.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you find to be attractive to you?
All of them.
What do you mean? No, come on. You can't literally mean that. You got to meet a real clod somewhere along the line, I'm sure.
Well, that is a tough answer, but I tell you the one that, since we're on the subject and my subconscious is on the sensuous,
Yeah.
one of the most sensuous men I've worked with is Robert Mitchum.
Bob Mitchum,
He
yeah.
is sensuous. Well, he walks and
It's
breathes.
the eyes.
and-
It's the eyes. He's
Yes,
got that deep
well, Yeah.
brooding quality.
He's a good example to me of sensuous.
Anybody else? Hate a man who begs and whimpers, but no, we've known each other too long for you to look at me in that capacity. Right?
I've been looking at Robert Mitchum a long time, too.
That's true.
Sure, I think you're sensuous. You're
Well, now, you
sexy.
see, I
you're
just-
cute.
I push you
get
into
out
that.
there in those little shorts, in your little skits, and you're adorable.
I don't want to be adorable. I want to be brooding and sensual. That's all I get is an adorable cute. Men don't like to be called cute. Would you like to be called cute?
Well, I'd take it over a few others, but I prefer. But cute is one of your. Did I get out of that one?
Yeah, you're getting out of it.
Cute's one of your. You are cute. Sorry.
Well, that's nice. Thank you.
You're stuck with it.
Yes. Such is the burden we go through life with. Mr. Cute will be back in just a moment. Angie, this sensual.